My name's Ruth Storey. I'm the Marketing Director at Thorpe Park. I've been here since January 2021. My name's Ruth Storey. I'm the Marketing Director at Thorpe Park. I've been here since January 2021 and my role is to look after all of the trading elements in terms of the ticket sales, so across all of the different channels, also all of the branding and also then the long-term capex investment and kind of long-term strategy of the park in terms of what we want to build and what should it be and kind of driving that from a consumer insight perspective. Absolutely. So that did start in 2019 after we'd had a really good year commercially and also with really good guest feedback. And our CEO at the time, Nick Varney, agreed that it was time that Thorpe Park had a new coaster. And we always knew that we were going to be aiming for it to be the tallest. And so we started with the feasibility and all of the planning and understanding what we would be able to build and where we could build it. And once we had our kind of agreed design, we started on then the theming and the naming, which was a very lengthy process, really trying to understand. And we knew that as the UK's tallest, fastest, most weightless, with some really unique elements as well, that it was so much more than just being tall. And so we were trying to focus on it being about the experience and the feeling, rather than it being just about height and speed. And that's where HYPERIA came with the Find Your Fearless as being the red thread that held everything together and moving into a more uplifting, positive vibe for Thorpe, rather than it being about kind of darkness and do you dare and are you brave enough. It was about come and ride HYPERIA, and once you've done that you can do anything. So we put it out to tender and Mack came back with some really good responses to that brief, and they were delivering for us the most unique ride elements and also the most amount of kind of different elements within our budget. And we knew that we wanted it to really pack a punch and to be an amazing experience, and they were the ones that responded with the one that answered the brief the best in our view, and that were going to give us the most for our budget. Yes, so some of our team went and visited because they really wanted to get an understanding of the operation. Doing anything at 236 feet is slightly more complicated, and so we've actually worked really closely with that park, to especially from our engineering team and our operational team. So yeah, it was really good to have that one because it meant that they could obviously go and get some experience ahead of time to understand what it was going to take to put that ride in. And our engineers, they have to do that lift hill climb every day, and they need to kind of really understand what that's going to mean for them in terms of fitness and kind of wanting to do that every day. So yeah, there was a fair few engineers who were really excited about it, and maybe some that less so. They're amazing. They are absolutely amazing. Every single person that I've heard has come off that ride and said it's the best ride in the UK. And there are people that have said not only the best ride in the UK, but we've also heard that the stall loop is the best that they've ever been on. The outward bank turn, that unique element, is incredible, and people are saying that that is a feeling like they've had nowhere else. So everything that we set out to do about it being tallest, fastest, most weightless, unique elements, the feedback is that we have definitely delivered that. It's going to be difficult. We're an island, we're surrounded by water, we have limited space, so we may have to think differently about how we do something. I mean, we're not, we've got 5 other really big, amazing coasters, and what we said was that it shouldn't be just about one ride. You're coming for a whole theme park experience. So we need to kind of think what's the gap, what's the insight, what's the consumer demand for something that is a bit different, because we wouldn't just build something taller, bigger, faster. That's, that's not what we'll do. We'll do something that's different. So Fright Nights is, 22 years old, I may get that wrong, 22 years old. It started as a 3-day event, and it's now turned into pretty much the whole month of October. And it's a really different vibe in the park. It's a very different experience. So people still come first and foremost for the rides, but rides in the dark. And it is the only time of year that you'll do the rides in the dark. So that will be very exciting for HYPERIA this year, because that ride will be a very, very different experience in the dark. But then of course you've got the scare mazes, the scare zones, the events, the entertainment, the atmosphere. And it feels completely different. It's its own event, it's a month of the year. And we have other events that really add kind of atmosphere and feel good and things, but nothing quite like Fright Nights. Fright Nights is a very special event. We have a new maze coming. That is all I can tell you at the moment, but there will be a new maze. And we'll be really focusing in on HYPERIA in the dark.
HYPERIA. Find your fearless.